So, Jenny, can I explain about the programme that we're doing? And this is what we call an informed consent procedure, which I've agreed to read out to all the young people I'm interviewing, OK? This programme is about young people under 18 years of age whose behaviour has got them into trouble and are housed here at Aycliffe Young People Centre and at Castleton. The programme will focus on roughly 6 to 10 such young people, and you're one of the young people we'd like to focus on. The programme will look at how each of the crimes committed by the young people has affected them and others around them. Anyone who has a television will be able to watch the programme, will be able to see and hear what you look like, OK? I'm not blotting you out, it's you. A couple of things for you to remember. If you don't understand any of the questions that I'm asking, then tell me. And if you don't want to talk about something, tell me as well, OK? If at any point you tell us you no longer want to be in the programme, we'll discuss this with you, and if you decide you no longer want to be in the programme, we'll only use what's already recorded, if you agree. If you don't agree with it, you'll never appear in it. It's up to you. Yeah. So you can always change your mind. Now, I prefer you to, obviously, to stay with us, but it's up to you. The other thing is you'll tell me the truth when you talk to us, I hope. We may also, I'm not saying we want to, but we may also want to interview your family and the people who are affected by your crime. But we don't know. You'd rather not? Fine. OK. So, do you understand what the programme's about?
Yes, sir.
And what your involvement in the programme is?
Yeah.
Will you take part in the programme?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Any questions you want to ask me?
No, sir.
You don't have to call me sir. I'm not an officer, OK? I'm making this film. You call me what you like, yeah?
Come on. You got everybody, yeah? Is Sherelle gone? Yeah, she's gone. That's what I wanted. All right.
You what?
Right, so you know why we're here. As Fending Group work, they're doing some filming today. Give people an idea of the kind of work young people do here, yeah? Make changes in their lives, that's all it's about today. There's a heck of a lot that we can get out of this group work, yeah? That's why we're here, that's why we're doing it. It's really important, yeah? Help to keep you safe and help to keep you out of trouble and hopefully help to keep you out of prison. So, is your education important to you?
Yeah, because you couldn't get a decent job.
And could you lose your education by bunking off?
Yeah.
So, these negative consequences for bunking off school, pretty big, aren't they? How long do you think that's going to have an effect on your life if you're bunking off school?
The rest of your life.
A long time, that's right.
So Jenny, tell me about your life before this.
I never used to get in trouble. I was still about 12, and then when my mum ran off with some of my brothers, my younger brothers and my younger sisters, with her boyfriend and left to Scotland, and then we had to live with my dad, and then I just saw my brothers in and out of prison, so I just started getting in trouble and came in.
Right. What did you actually do?
Just used to go around hitting people for nothing when I used to drink.
Right. And was it the drink that prompted this?
No, I was upset because my mum left, so I just used to drink to get rid of my anger. Like, people like self-harm, I used to find it easy going out battering people for it. As people find it easy just to cut themselves. So I just went out and hit people. Right.
Literally strangers or people you knew or...?
Anybody that walked past me, even if they just looked at me, then I'd just headbutt them or something.
Really? Sounds quite like a high level of violence, yeah? So
yeah.
You're pretty aggressive, yeah? Did you hurt people badly?
Yeah.
What did you do to them?
Punch them, headbutt them, If they was down on the floor, I'd stand on the red, kick him in the belly. Anything.
And when people were shouting or screaming, that didn't stop you?
That just made me go worse.
Why did that make it go worse?
Because of all the shouting and that. I don't know, just if people like used to shout, oh, she's bleeding or something like that, I just to carry on. Till the police come and stream into the back of the riot van.
Right, I've got a red card, a CIF, with 4 different stories. I want your side of the story. And somebody here is not telling the truth.
Me, well, for a start, I didn't punch him in the head.
Okay.
And you know for a fact I wouldn't tell a lie to you. I'd hold my hands up and say, yeah, I did do it, yeah? What happened was, when I was in art, I heard Jordan sing happy birthday to me. So I thought it was birthday, do you know as you do? So I went to him, oh, is this your birthday? When I went to wash my hands to get these paste off my hands. And he goes, yeah, so give him a hug and a kiss, right? And I said, oh, I'll buy you a birthday card. It weren't really, but you just say that to a little kid. And then he was starting the lesson, and he admitted, yeah, I walked into the lesson. He goes, it's not really my birthday. So I went, oh, you little shit, just tapped him there.
Do it exactly as you did.
So I was up to him and I went, oh, you little shit, but I had it like that because he had our paint all over my hands.
Are you sure you were like that?
No, I just went like that because he had our paint all over my hands. And then he just started kicking and screaming and everything like that. So I started washing my hands, and then Chantal came out and was going, oh, you little slag or something like that. So I was going for Chantal, and she said something. She said something, so I called her a dyke. So she goes, yeah, your mum's a dyke. So I said, yeah, at least I've got a mum. So I quieted down, so I went back into the classroom. And then she come back, started calling me again, and she didn't even get her a care for it.
So how did all this start?
Me? You're walking into the classroom.
Where should you have been?
In my classroom.
This would never have happened if you'd have stayed where you were supposed to stay. Stayed in the room you were at and not get involved in other people's lessons, other people's arguments. We've been through this before. And although you're saying this is your side of the story, unfortunately, this has backfired because it's now a CIF. And you know this all goes down in your file, in your records, and comes up at your meetings.
Explain to us what the system is here.
Well, you get a blue card for being good and doing your work. You get a cross for like not doing no work, or like if you say fuck off or something. And then you get a yellow card for swearing and that, which I do most of the time. And you get a red card for being abusive to staff, not doing any work. If you get 2 yellow cards or 3 yellow cards, you get a red.
Right. So how are you doing?
Not that well, but all right. I've had 7 red cards.
Tomorrow morning, you're too late to go out to school. Tomorrow morning, get up, do the beautiful face that you always do, but can you have the beautiful mouth and actions, please, tomorrow? And come back into school, the Jenny that we love, not the Jenny that we hate. And I'm going to start saying to you, snakes and ladders. I don't want to see the snake. Get out of that snake pit, climb a ladder.
It's harder than what you can say.
Struggle. Everything in life's a struggle.
Last time a teacher said something about my mum, and I chucked a chair at her. But I didn't mean to, though, I was angry, so he ended up chucking a chair at her. Then I think it was on extraction. Right. I had to sit outside Mr. Upper's office.
Yeah. So you were excluded from your first school because this was not tolerated, right? Intolerable behaviour.
Yeah, because I used to be, like, get excluded for like 2 weeks, coming back for a day, then I get excluded again.
Yeah.
And they just said, I'm expelling you, I can't be doing with you.
Right. And then what happened?
Then I was out of school for about 6 months. Just was waking up, used to come in about 5 o'clock in the morning, drunk or something, drugged up, stay asleep till about 6 o'clock, go back out and do the same thing again. It's, I fucking... Why are you looking at me like that, Papa?
There. It's just admiring your face.
Where? Have you missed me? I want to keep them all in order. Hey.
How's Anna?
Oh, have you missed me?
Mood swings.
Like a hole in the head.
Right.
Get 3 long short-term problems of ecstasy.
Long, short, and short.
I just bet. Bernie, come out to play. I'm dipping it. Christ almighty, woman.
Do you ever feel sorry for what you did? After you did it?
No. That's all. Mates used to do it, but I didn't. I just used to laugh. Until I first got locked up, and then it hit me. And then since been when I was in remand, I didn't want to go. So I knew for a fact I'd get back in trouble. Then I ended up here.
So what do you think your future is? If you had your dreams in your way, what would you like to do?
Do childcare, so I can help like children go through what I've been through in life and it'd be better for me to understand them because I've been through it and that. Or be a hair and beauty, something. Because I like playing with people's hair.
So you'd like to be a beautician?
Or social services.
So you want to help other people?
Yeah, because if like kids going through the same things that I've been through, I can relate to them because I've been through it before, like been inside and all that. So it'd be easy for me to understand it. Like social services now, half of them don't even have a bloody clue what you're going on about. You sit there and you try to talk to them, it just goes in one ear and out the other. And then if like someone sat there that's been through what you've been through, it's easy for them to understand and where you're coming from in your background and that.
I can understand that. I can understand that.
But most of the social services are monks.
What do you think of grown-ups generally, adults?
Don't trust them. Just don't trust them.
Who do you trust?
Well, I'm just starting to trust Rachel and my other key worker. That's it. Don't trust my dad. Don't trust my ma. Don't trust my granddad or anyone.
Right, Jennifer, I rang you at worker today. And I spoke about your concerns about leaving, how you said you really don't want to leave, you'd rather stay here. And unfortunately, obviously, it's not an option, otherwise everybody would be here till they were 90, wouldn't they? I've told him you really, really are concerned about getting back out and getting in trouble. You feel really anxious because you don't know what's happening to you, and you need plenty of support to keep you on the right track. I even said to him, I'm quite anxious that because you want to stay here where you're safe and happy, you might re-offend to get back, and that's a real concern of mine, because sometimes people do that to get back into care, yeah? So he's promised me that by your next meeting, he's going to have found a placement for you, foster care, hopefully. He asked me if they thought there was anything else that was suitable for you, and I said, no, I don't think children's home's really appropriate for you now.
But you need a family, yeah? You want a family around you?
Yeah, I want a family.
You want people to be there for you?
Yeah, but half of them are locked up.
Yeah, but when you leave later this year, you know, what would be the best thing for you?
To be in foster care.
Yeah, a new family.
Yeah, but with like no other kids there because I get too frustrated when other kids are there. Like when I got out last time, I was in a foster placement then, but my stupid old job work, I thought he'd put me in a children's home and it just went a bit wrong.
So you wouldn't want to go to a children's home?
No. Here, can any of you play chess?
I'm trying to see you later.
No, because you always beat me. Come on then. Don't need to watch, you just watch.
Then I try.
You don't need to watch, you know, you just watch.
Then I try.
So how do you know where to check then?
Because when that is in that was there, I could check. See? Might be locked up, but we're not thick.
Do you remember when we first came and we used to chat about aggression and how you thought when you were younger it was normal, didn't you? We talked about all the anger and all the aggression in your family, and you grew up thinking it was normal to use your fist to solve problems. Do you remember that? And after a while, you started to realise that it wasn't normal, didn't you? And that staff don't go around doing it. Adults in the street don't go doing it. You know, you wouldn't go downtown now and see people in shops punching each other because they were trying to solve a problem, would you? And you actually know now, don't you? It's not normal. But even that red card last week was rescinded because it wasn't accurate, because 2 of the young people were kind of elaborating on the truth, shall we say. So that red card was taken away, wasn't it? So you actually haven't had a red card for
2 weeks
2
now.
weeks now, which is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
No, yeah, they even gave a yellow card last week.
I know. Which means not only are the house staff coming to me with your praises, but so are the education staff. Everybody's singing your praises. Because this angry young woman's turning into a very capable, very well-adjusted young woman who's actually thinking before she acts.
I know, yeah, you used to got comes and brain comes down my bloody cough.
Yeah. Do you feel any more confident about going out because you were really, really reluctant to leave? Do you feel any better about that or not?
No, I still want to stay. Don't want to leave.
Well, hopefully with a bit of mobility and you build that up, if you keep being good, you'll build that up and we'll get you used to going out again. You might feel more confident, more in society. I understand how you feel though, Jennifer. I mean, it's a hard thing for you to go out when you're surrounded by people who you've got in trouble with in the past, yeah? I know it's hard, but we're going to have to go out and look at building up new friendships as well. Or sticking with the people you knew before who are not going to get you in trouble.
I cannot sit here and say, well, on camera, oh, when I get out, I'm not going to get lots of backup, because I can't, because as soon as I get out there, I don't know what I could do. I could go out, bagel someone else and twat someone around the head with a bloody cosh, I don't know.
But what's going to stop you doing that?
I don't know, just being in a proper family, where, like, not seeing my brothers get locked up all the time and my dad and that, and to have more contact with my ma, but it won't happen, so...
Does that upset you?
I'm not having contact with my ma. I've not seen her I've seen her once in 3 years. That's it.
Does that upset you?
It used to, but now it doesn't bother me. I just think if she wants me, she'll either phone me or come and get me, but if she doesn't, at the end of the day, it's her loss, not mine.
These are all negative consequences of what? Bad behaviour, really, isn't it? That's what it comes down to, yeah? Bunking off school, right, come on then. Tell us about negative consequences of bunking off school.
Get expelled.
There's got to be some, haven't there?
Get expelled.
Expelled, right, yes.
Detention.
Detention.
Grounded.
Grounded. Is this by mum and dad, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, OK.
When did you begin absconding from school? What age were you?
12. I was only in primary school then.
So from 12 on, when you went to your comprehensive, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You started absconding?
Yep.
Yeah. What was your favourite car?
Mondeos.
That was the car you liked to steal most?
Mm-hmm.
How many Mondeos did you steal?
Well, when I got arrested yesterday, there was 50 Mondeos that I had to be interviewed about.
50?
Yep.
You stole 50 Mondeos?
I hadn't stole 50, but there's been 50 stolen.
Right. All over Leeds?
Yep.
What was it about the Mondeo you liked so much?
They were fast, easy to drive, and easy to take.
Don't push too hard, man. Let me see you do the work, yeah? That's it, nice speed and all the way across. Nice to be working with cars again.
Yeah.
Instead of taking them and driving away with them, here you are actually working on one. Big difference?
Mm-hmm.
Did you belong to a gang?
Not a gang. I didn't belong to them. I was just part of it.
What was it about the gang that you liked, though?
Because we'd all meet up and everything. I wanted them.
Yeah. But was it important the gang had a reputation?
Yeah.
What reputation did you have?
The driver.
You were known as the driver?
Yep.
So explain to me, all these people you're coming across, care workers, social workers, court staff, why did they have so little effect on you? That's what interests me.
Because I wasn't bothered.
You didn't care?
Yep.
Why didn't you care?
I don't know, because I like doing it, pinching cars and everything.
What is it that makes you want to break the law in this way? Take somebody else's car?
So I just want to be known and everything. I don't want to be known by people and everything. I don't know why though.
So it's for attention, is it? Oh, there's Niall. He's a tearaway. He's a thief. Look at him. Is that it?
No, I don't want to be known by. Oh, it's art to explain.
Try.
I want to be known by people, not like stupid people, if you know what I mean. It's hard to explain.
You mentioned you were on tablets or something.
Dexedrine, I used on Dexedrine.
And what's that?
It's for ADHD.
Which means?
Attention deficit something disorder.
What does that mean?
If I don't take my tablets, I'd go all crazy and everything. Like if the person was there and pinching a car, I'd take it in front of them.
Okay, now, for the past few weeks we've been looking at your crime, yeah, and doing some work on it. And in this session we're going to do work on victims. Alright? Okay, so we're going to look at your index offence, yeah, and we're going to look at your victim. How seriously injured was he?
A lot.
Yeah, can you go through?
Because he couldn't eat, he had to eat through pipes and everything.
That's right. What else?
And couldn't piss properly.
Right. Couldn't go to the toilet, could he? What was that from?
From where we kicked him and everything, I think.
Yeah. What else was wrong with him?
Was it on it?
No, what happened to his jaw?
Oh, fractured, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had a fractured jaw. And he had screws put into his jaw and his chin. And the doctors had told him that he'll never have the screws taken out of his chin. He'll always have to have them in for the rest of his life. So that's quite serious because that's really long term, isn't it?
Yep.
How much do you think he felt threatened by the crime?
A lot.
Yeah, scared. And what about now? Think he would be long term?
Probably.
Because he's actually said that he feels that it was a racist attack, hasn't he? Yeah. Do you think that he would be now?
No, because I think he knows now that we've been locked up and everything.
Right.
What's your reaction to having to tell her that, or for having to listen to that?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
I don't know, I haven't really thought about how I feel about it. Because ever since I got arrested for it, and it's only started like hitting me since I was on the trial and everything, because I had a trial for it. So, and then I couldn't sleep enough, so I was thinking about it.
You're not losing any sleep over it?
I was then, when I was on the trial, but now,
since
I've been sentenced, I've been okay, just thinking about when you get out and everything.
Yeah. But she brings it all up again. She went through the details. She made you think about him as a victim. She made you think about your victim. Was that uncomfortable for you?
No. So that's not the first time I've ever discussed it.
Right.
The first time I discussed it was a bit hard because I'd never thought about it till then.
Right.
So then the last little session today wasn't that bad.
No. What do you think? What's she trying to do with that interview? What's she trying to make you understand? Or
think about how he felt and how he's feeling now since it happened.
Yeah. And are you? Does it make you do that?
No. Because I try to think about it. You know.
But if you don't think about it, does that mean you could do it again?
No, I'll never do it again.
You feel confident about that? Yeah. Yeah.
God bless you. Tell them that.
So Darren, what's going to happen today? You?
Gonna get released in about an hour's time.
Yeah. So how long have you been here?
About 9-10 months.
9-10 months. This is the longest time you've done in a prison, yes?
I did in one sentence.
In one sentence. Do you think of this place as a prison or as a what do you
Practically
think
from home to home.
Yeah. What did you do? What sort of things have you been doing?
Pinch cars, robberies, burglaries, loads of things like that.
You started at 12. You say around about.
Bad.
And what sort of drew you to this? Why did it happen, do you think?
It's just nothing else to do, just get a buzz off it, like doing it.
When you say you like the buzz of it, what does that mean?
Like the adrenaline rush. When like you...
Excitement.
Like getting other people's stuff and that.
So when you first did it, what was it, a car or a house or somebody's bag, what?
A house. Just gone walking through other people's sitting rooms and that when I'm not in.
What did that feel like?
Kind of good to me, like.
Being in somebody else's house? Were you afraid?
Nah, because I knew they weren't in.
You'd suss that out? Doesn't matter that what it's like for the people in the house?
No, because they're never in when we did. When they come back, them just phone the coppers and we'll get caught for it, we're going to jail for it and pay them a hefty fine, so then we're getting the insurance back on the house and getting our fine money off us, so we're getting more.
I see, that justifies what you're doing. In your head.
We still paying them back. I've got fines, loads of money fines.
So where do you get the money to pay the fine?
I didn't pay my fines, my mum does.
So your mum pays all the fines. Is that fair on your mum?
No, it's not fair, but she pays them.
What happens if she didn't pay?
She'd gone to court for it. Because with me only being 16, she's the elder. She's got to pay, like the next of kin.
Does it ever worry you, the pressure you put on your mum?
I worry it is sometimes, but it's alright, man.
What happens if she got very upset and said, you mustn't do this anymore, you really mustn't do it anymore, I can't cope?
She says it before, but still ended up doing it.
So even if your mother got very upset, it wouldn't worry you?
It worries us, but I still do it.
What about your dad?
Didn't really get on with him. So, but I still taught him and that. It just haven't got the same frame of mind.
But do they try and tell you?
They tell us every single day. It's just bands and money, you know, the other.
Have you talked to various people like psychologists, social workers, caseworkers, prison staff? You talk to all these people?
I didn't like talking to them because it just battered my head, man. That's why I never ended up talking to them.
When you say batter your head, what do you mean?
They just, every one of them just talk about the same stuff over and over again. Just does me head in.
Bit like what I'm doing? Did you attend school or did you abscond most of the time?
I abscond, then I just start getting kicked out for daft things like tossing fireworks in the class and that. It's just kick us out.
What did you do when you were excluded?
That probably is when I started doing loads of criminal stuff. Like all that time by myself and that. It's just used to can commit crime.
So if you hadn't been excluded, you might have committed less crime?
Probably, aye. If I'd have liked school more, I would never have done it.
Nothing about education attracts you at all?
done most of education in there, so not daft and out now what most things are.
What have you done in here then?
What?
Education-wise?
Catering courses, art and design courses, computer courses, loads of courses like that.
And?
Got certificates and that for them all, that's about it.
So you've done quite well?
Mm-hmm.
So why not use those to, get yourself a job?
I'm only 16, man, I want to live my life first. Like, didn't want a job till I'm older.
Right. Is boredom a big problem for you?
Without that?
Yeah.
No, sometimes get bored, sometimes didn't. Most of the time we're just party animals.
You got a girlfriend on the out?
Nah, just one night stands for me.
You like to have a permanent girlfriend?
Nah, all I want is your money, man.
And you've worked hard for your money, right?
Spent lots of time in jail for my money.
I suppose that's what's interesting is the fact that you're prepared to do this, sacrifice your freedom for these moments. And that's worth it? That's worth being a criminal for?
No, it's not worth it, but it's what happened, That's what my life's like. The crime, come in jail, get out, stop out for a bit, days crime, come back in. That's what it's always been like.
But you could stop it.
Might if I wanted to.
So the big question for you is, when you're out in the street and there's a car, or there's a house, or there's something you want, what are you going to do?
Probably nick the car, burgle the house and rob the person. Go.
Whilst under supervision, you must keep in touch with your supervising officer in accordance with any reasonable instructions that you may from time to time be given. You must be of good behaviour, not commit any further offences, and not take any action which would jeopardise the objectives of your supervision.
Don't forget, don't come back.
Could have brought me that close, man. See you later, sir.
See you later. Take care.
All right, so. I'm just gonna get your rope down, all right? Just stick your open your mouth. Okay, son. You just go through there. Sign for your money.
Down. Take a seat over there for me, please. I've got some questions I want to ask you.
It's good or bad?
This is fantastic. You'll enjoy this bit. Right, you'll have seen these forms before, no doubt.
2 times.
Okay. Straightforward, simple questions. I just want to see if you've got any problems on initial interview or anything like that, any medical problems, any alcohol or drug problems, okay?
Yeah.
You know what happens next. You go through the back, you see the officers, they'll explain what they're doing.
Right.
Then you'll see your nurse. Any concerns you've got with medical care, anything like that, she can deal with that. Okay then. Previous convictions. Tell me about your previous convictions.
What, off when? All my life?
Yes. Anything that's happened to you in the past that you've been in trouble for?
Burglary, twerk, assault, criminal damage, theft,
okay.
Robbery.
That's fine. Have you ever been involved in a racist or homophobic crime?
No.
Basically, have you ever assaulted any blacks or gays or
I have
anything
assaulted
like that?
black people and that before.
How do you mean you've assaulted black people?
I've had fights with black people, not just because of the colour, no, it's just I've had fights with them, I've had fights with white people.
So it just so happens that they were black and you ended up fighting. There was nothing racist about it. Okay then, so.
Oh, we need this search though.
Back in the jail, please.
We need a PIN number as well.
Yeah.
Right down.
Alright, get me on this wing. See? Pad doesn't want to be messed out.
You know what?
2 weeks and 3 days. I should get out for Christmas.
Was it worth it?
How did you get? Remand? Remand? 2 weeks. Snatching tills. Snatching tills. Snatching tills, man. Yeah, go, partner. Right, yeah. Yeah. 3 days after I got out, bought in the shop, bought a can of pop, and the woman left it till on, so I snatched them. Then we snatched a couple of bottles, about 50 bottles or something from the shop.
Put a bet on you, only for you to month. Short, aren't it?
2 weeks.
Period.
That?
The period.
I could have got bail today. Just wanted to come back. No, I want to be out for Christmas. And if I stopped out any longer, I wouldn't have been out.
So Darren, we phoned you 2 weeks ago and you're back. What you predicted in a way, wasn't it?
Wasn't it? It's just... got caught.
What was it?
Beer. And it was just the Queen's Head was looking at it when I took the money, so it's looking at it, so I thought, just coming with me.
And who did you see? Did you see your friends? What did you do in those 2 weeks besides that?
Just got drunk and that was it. The only time I was drunk, I was ended up going home in bed.
Did you see a member of the youth offending team?
I seen them all the time.
What do they say to you?
Not much. Just Babylon.
So you weren't going to listen to them?
No.
You're determined to go straight back, yeah?
No, I didn't want to come back. It's just I'm back.
Do you feel at home? Do you feel...
Nah. Just want to edit and clean this pad because whoever was in it last time must have been a tramp. It stinks.
You're going to clean it up now?
Right. Just going to get a... Need to get a green scrubby pad in it. And wipe the sides down.
How would your mother feel about this?
Nah, now she's wounded that I've come back. Especially this early anyway.
Is this the shortest time you've been out?
Nah. Been out 2 weeks before. And this time it's only longer because it's 2 weeks and 3 days. So I've achieved an extra 3 days.
So these are only long sentence people here, yeah?
Yeah, like lifers and 6 years. Like I got 6 years, 5 months, 19 days.
Yeah.
Prison.
Yeah.
So, man.
So tell me, Steve, why are you here?
Because I robbed 3 lads at a bus stop with a knife and took the phone off them and I nearly stabbed one of them. Well, I went to stab him. I think I stabbed him or something and then ran off and then I got caught by the police, by a dog van. And then they arrested me and I went. Can't hear myself in.
Who's that? Is that somebody doesn't want you to
shit.
film?
What?
I see. Somebody doesn't want us to film you, right?
We didn't know.
Why is he doing that, do you think?
Because he wants to wind me up. Being a prick.
So, has he wound you up?
Not banging on the wall. When I've got my TV on, when he bangs on my wall and I can't hear it, yeah, he winds me up. I hear myself, man. God. Just stressed.
He's pretty angry, isn't he?
He's angry all the time. And he'll do that tonight as well.
Will he?
Yeah. Did it all the time.
So it can be sometimes quite a tense thing being here, yeah?
Yeah.
On this unit.
Yeah.
When did you begin,
10.
committing crime?
10-year-old, my first street robbery.
Yeah.
I was doing, before that I was doing like shoplifting, got caught for a few shoplifting, got cautions. And then I did this robbery, these 2 girls and this lad, I robbed them, threw stones at them. Took some money off them and I got arrested. And then ever since then I got around with the wrong crowd. All my mates doing crime, robberies, burglaries, robbing cars, doing all sorts, smoking drugs, taking pills, doing all sorts.
Was there any moment where you felt you could stop? You went from what you told me, from one crime to another, yeah?
Yeah.
All the time.
Mm.
And you were, what, 12, 13, 14?
I could do like 7 street robberies a day, innit? Something like that.
Is that what you were doing?
Yeah. Running off. 3 months. I ran off for 3 months once. No, but I was all over the news and everything. My name, my picture. Because they were worried about me.
Where did you go for these 3 months?
Everywhere, my mates' houses. Just sitting in houses, smoking, eating tea, men having tea at their houses. They're giving me money and all that. I'm robbing people to get money, to get drugs. Just mad.
Yeah.
It was just out of control. And then I had I went in the children's home. Then I had my dad came one morning and told me my little brother died. So, and then I just went, I couldn't cope with that, and I just started doing all this stuff. Just sit down and think, how can it be that my brother's dead? And that's when I thought, fuck all this, I'm just gonna do what I want. And fuck the law and all that. Just take it out on them, take my pain out on other people what don't deserve it, what I did. And that's how I could let my anger out on other people, and rob other people, and blame them for everything. I went to a SCIO unit when I did another crime, street robbery again. I went to SCIO unit, and then I went from there to a gardening unit. It's like an hospital where it can help you, cope with things and all. Because I was hearing voices and all that. So took me to there, and then they said there was nothing wrong with me. And then from there I went to court, and then I went to Inley, and then ever since then I haven't been out of jail. Just been in jail for like ages.
What do you think the worst thing about being in prison?
Not thinking it. Not having your freedom. Not doing what you want. not taking drugs and all that, because I love my drugs, innit? I love drinking. Just life what a teenager should grow up like, I think. Go raves. Listen to tunes in your bedroom, chill out with your mates, man. Taking drugs, smoking and all that. Everything.
Can't do that here.
Nah, can't do that at all. Sit in the same routine every single day. Education, come back to your pad. Go out for your tea. Go out for association, come back in. Get your hot water, banged up, watch TV. Same thing, wake up, get your breakfast, do every single thing the same day. Go to education. I mean, it's good. I think I'm used to it now because, you know, I've been in a long time. I'm used to the routine, so I don't get bored of it no more. But I used to get bored of the same routine.
Would you describe yourself as a criminal?
With, like, 36 offences, you know, being charged 36 times. Yeah?
That's what you are?
A criminal. I'm not gonna lie.
That's very honest of you. But are you going to continue to be a criminal?
No.
Why not?
Stop, get out. Start looking after my family, my mum and all that. And such a thing, you know, and that. And just try and settle down.
Do you think you can?
Get a job, yeah. I could settle down.
But the odds are against you. Most.
I could be tempted one day. Everyone's tempted, and I could be tempted one day to do something bad and get like a life sentence, something serious. If my temper snapped, which it does snap, I can snap, and I could do something daft one day and get arrested and get life, and be in jail for the rest of my life.
You think that's a possibility?
If my anger doesn't calm down and stop being angry. When I get angry, I see blood. Yeah. I close my eyes and I see just anger in it. Just mad anger. Like I blow. My fuse just goes.
What about your victims? Do you ever think about them?
Sometimes. I would like to say sorry. Because it weren't a nice thing to go through, because it wouldn't be a nice thing for me to go through if I was getting robbed. But I've never gone through it, being robbed, so I won't know. So I won't know how it feels. How scared you must have been. With me with a knife, 10-inch knife, threatening me with it. Must have been scared.
Give him a big hug when you see him. Yeah. Like you did last time.
Oi, oi!
So, Robert, can you tell us what happened, why you're here?
One night, I'd been out to a nightclub and we met a lad there. There were about 6 of us. We met a lad and we went to an house, one of my friend's house, and we started listening to music and that, and made a couple of pot noodles. And the lad who we took up there, first time we met him, he knocked over one of the pot noodles. We asked him to clean it up. He wouldn't clean it up. When he did start cleaning it up, he wasn't doing it fast enough. So we started hitting him, and then we started spraying him with aerosol can and lighting the fumes. And then my friend asked me to go and get a petrol can from a car that we'd stolen early that night.
So who decided to deal with it? Was it you?
Everyone was talking about stuff and then I ended up with getting the petrol.
Did you get the petrol?
Nah, Robert got the petrol. Passed it to me and I poured it over him.
Yeah. And then?
Got a lighter out, lit it and put his hand up. And just went on fire.
So you actually set fire to it? It was you who did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the lad ran into a window while they were on fire, and I went back inside the house. My friend come running back inside the house, said that he was dead. I looked out and he was still really loud.
So what did you think when you watched him running around the garden?
I was scared that he was going to die.
People weren't laughing and shouting?
He was at the start, and then I realised that he could actually die from it. And that's when it started getting serious.
Yeah. Went inside to get a blanket and they'd all locked the door.
You went inside to get a blanket?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
To put him out.
Why not just let him burn to death?
Yeah, it was what meant to happen, wasn't it?
So you realised that it was dangerous, yeah?
Yeah.
Was he literally all over him, the flames? Or?
Yeah, from the back, his chest up.
Right. Why did your friend attempt to douse the flames and not you?
I don't know.
I mean, did you want to help the boy?
I wanted to help him, but I think I was in too much shock from what was going on.
Yeah. So you went and got the blanket?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then?
Threw that over his head. And just patting it down. And just went out.
So you probably saved his life then?
Yeah, but I was the one that put it in danger anyway.
Yeah. What were the circumstances as to why it happened, do you think? I mean, what is your explanation now in your own head as to what drew you to this, how this came about?
I just think it started off as a bit of fun and it got out of hand.
Bit of fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like much fun to me.
I think it led to it from when we were spraying him with the aerosol, because a couple of us were pilled up, and the fascination with the fire, I think that's what led it to him being set on fire.
What pills were you on then?
Ecstasy.
Right. How many ecstasy tablets had you taken that night?
About 3 or 4.
Right. So you were pretty high?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So what sentence did you get?
Got life with 5 years, but I got 8 months off for remand. So it's 4 years, 4 months.
You mean you got a life sentence?
Yeah.
But you've got to serve 4.5 years?
Yeah.
Right. How do you think of that sentence?
Got to get on with it, ain't you?
What does it mean, life, for you? If you're going to serve 4.5 years, what does the rest of it mean?
Life.
Getting a life sentence?
Just means that you won't get out unless you behave and licence for the rest of your life.
And what does being on licence for the rest of your life mean?
Means that I'll probably be straight back in.
If?
When the police and that come out stitching you up, get sent straight back to jail.
That's assuming that they will do that.
I've done before, do it again.
So how do you feel about the future then?
Do I think about it?
No?
No.
Many people would say you're very lucky to just be out in 2 years. You could have killed the boy and you should be in longer. You should have a life sentence as well. How do you react to that?
I'm just lucky he didn't die.
Yeah. He could easily have died though, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on my life support machine for a few weeks.
He was? Yeah. Was there a moment during that night, or during the actual event itself, where you somehow could have stopped?
I don't know. Just going with the flow of what happened.
I mean, when you think about it as a sequence of events, there wasn't a moment where you could have said, oh, come on, stop it, you know, it's going too far. Like threatening him rather than do it, but you actually did it. And that was really all of you wanting to do it.
Yeah.
So what are the chances of you reoffending, do you think? Why shouldn't you do it again?
Because after this sentence, as I said, I've done nearly 4 years or 5 years. And that's long enough. That'll be like a quarter out of my life. And I just want to live my life. I don't want to keep getting into trouble.
Couldn't believe that my own son that I tried to bring up on my own would turn out like this. But hopefully now, he's spent a few years in prison now, that everything will change and he'll go back to the normal Robert that he used to be. He seemed all right until he went into children's home.
Is that true, Robert?
Yeah. Just got worse over the years. Moving from place to place and being away from my mum.
Did you miss Mum?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I did have these mental health problems. But I felt awful being split up from my son. Felt really bad, but split up from him. When I seen him at weekends and hardly getting contact with him and things like that. And every time I did want to get in contact with him, and found out he'd done something wrong and ended up in court. Ended up getting fines, ended up spending a few months in young offenders, to doing the biggest crime that he's done. But when he ended up in court, and I went to the court and I stood in the dock with him, 7 years. Couldn't believe it. Just sat down and cried. But the other one got life. I'm glad.
How do you want to leave this place in 2 years' time? What sort of person are you going to be?
Don't know.
Do you know who you are?
Yeah? Of course I know who I am, but...
But you don't know who you are? You don't know why you did the crime? Do you?
Don't know why I did it. Know who I am, so...
But you know, you're living with the consequences. You know, it shaped your whole life, what you did.
Yeah.
Surely you owe it to yourself to find out why you did it.
Yeah.
Try and work it through, yeah?
Yeah.
Or do you think it's a waste of time? Just get on with your sentence and get out?
No, don't sort it out, same thing could happen again.
My darling, I'll see you soon. Don't forget me on. See you later, sweetheart.
See you around, bud.
The reason I'm asking you these questions is that can we learn from what you did, why someone can do what you did? Is it possible to learn?
Probably not.
I mean, if you could do it then, could you do it again?
See? Might be locked up, but we're not thick.
Don't forget, don't come back.
Could have brought me down. See you later.
See you later, you.